guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Bessie Munyori. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not new here, still welcome. Today's video, I just wanted to talk about how I moved to Australia because I saw that some of you are interested in knowing how you can come here. And yeah, I'll just be talking about that. Don't forget to share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification button so you don't miss another episode. I would just like to begin with saying that this is a journey of faith. The kind of faith that moves mountains. It's a one you need with this process. You also need a lot of patience. Patience is, oh my goodness, because it will take a very long time for you to process these things. And you also need support from parents, friends, and yeah, you just need a supportive community. Even the agency you choose, make sure they have your best interests at heart. So I'd also like to say it's a long journey, and everyone's journey is different. Like, I could get a visa within 1 month, I could get a visa within 3 months, 6 months, a year. I could even be rejected to come. So guys, everyone's journey is different, and that's why I'm telling you, faith is like the most paramount ingredient in this. Yeah, so let's get right into it. My journey begins when I had just come back from a job I had gotten in Qatar for World Cup, and yeah, I remember just how excited I was to go for that job because I thought I would be interacting with Ronaldo and Messi and I would be the one serving them. Yeah, I had gone for a hospitality job. So I thought I would be the one serving them drinks and food, and like we're talking, but that's not how it went. That's another story for another day. Yeah, so the job came to an end. It was a short job. I came back to Kenya and I was like, oh my goodness, is this what I'm coming back to? You know, the situation in the country, like unemployment, like things is expensive, everyone is complaining, there's literally no jobs. And then I had gotten used to making money, so now coming back to this, it was really depressing me. Yeah, so but either way, I had just decided in my head that I'm not going to stay in Kenya because there was really nothing for me to do. I wasn't working in Kenya, so I had already started looking for another job in Qatar, and I had gotten actually another job, and I had even secured a visa. Like, I had actually decided I'm not staying. I was so sure I'm staying like 2 months, then I'm out. So when we were just talking with my mom, I remember telling her, me, if I just got a job in Kenya for like 60,000 Kenyan shillings, me, I would stay. I wouldn't have to go. And then I think she took that thing to heart. She was like, it's like she felt I wasn't really happy away because I wasn't really happy. I really missed my family. When the culture shock of moving away the first time, at least for this second time, I handled it a bit different. So yeah, she took it upon herself. It's like she wanted now to solve my problem. That's how my mom is. If she knows you have an issue, she will try to solve it. And I thank God for her for that. Yeah, so she was just speaking with her friend who has a daughter here, and she was just telling her, like, I think she's not happy about going back. I wish we had like a way out. So that woman told her, have you guys thought of Australia? She explained the process, like how you can go on student visa and all that. So my mom came home and she asked me about, have you thought of Australia? And I was like, no, I've never thought about it. Plus she was like, yeah, you could go do your master's there. I'm like, bro, you want me to study again? I mean, I have a degree that hasn't given me work, and now you want me to go add on top of that degree something more, and we're not even sure what's gonna happen. Like, I was just not buying the idea of going back to school. I'm just like, I should be doing business right now. I should be working. I don't know why you're telling me to study. But then I was like, and I'm telling her, we have an assured visa over here. Like, why do we need to gamble with this thing that is not sure? But then I sat on the idea and I was like, what is there to lose? Let's just give it a go. Let's apply. So we asked for the number of the agent. We were given. It's a pretty common agency. It's in Westlands, and yeah, that's most people use it. So I just went and met up with the agent and we talked about everything, and I'm just shocked. at the requirements, like the paperwork is not even an issue, it's the finances. My goodness, it's a very expensive endeavor. And so we were just talking. He's telling me, you need to look for a school that is here, here, here. And I had heard of different cities. I had heard of Melbourne, Brisbane, Gold Coast, Adelaide, Perth, Sydney. But I was so sure I wanted to go to the city. I was so sure I wanted Sydney. My goodness. I had never thought of coming to Australia, but I had promised myself if I go somewhere else, I'm not going back to the village like I did with my first campus. So I was like, I'm going to the city. So we looked for a school in Sydney and we found one called University of New South Wales and we applied. So me, I'm just applying for the vibes because easy requirements I've been given, they're like expensive and I don't even know if we have that kind of money. So I went and told my mom that we need to pay like 1.2 million for the first semester. That's one semester, guys. One semester is like 1.2 Kenyan million shillings. Well, it depends with the course and with the school and all that. So my mom is just like, me, I'm just like, Sasa, are you sure we should go ahead with this? We don't even have that kind of money. Like the savings she has, they were not reaching that kind of money. So she told me, you don't worry, we will liaise with some of your relatives and friends. I will ask around and we can see what we can borrow. So you just go ahead with the process, apply, do whatever you need to do. Like handle your part, I will handle mine. Like that's why I told you need like a supportive just environment. So yeah, I applied for the school and within like a week the offer letter came and I was like shocked. I was like, oh my god, it's actually happening, it's actually real. And yeah, now the shock with this part, when you get the offer letter, you need to pay so that you can secure a confirmation of enrollment, or otherwise called COE. Yeah, so we needed to pay. So some I'm like, you see, you told me to go ahead. Now we've gotten the letter. Where's the money? How are we gonna pay? And then I don't even know. Like, God works miracles. My mom just worked it out and we paid the school fees. I don't even think like a week ended before we paid the school fees, and now we were waiting for the confirmation of enrollment. That one stayed. It really stayed for like 4 weeks until I remember I had to defer the semester that I had applied. So yeah, I applied and it came, and the COE stayed for like 4 weeks, and then it came and I was so happy. I was like, this is now a confirmation that I can actually go and study abroad, guys. Like, who would have thought? Yeah, so that's the crazy part, because the school fees, that's one semester. Now you need money for flight, you need money for visa, you need money for medicals, you need money for fingerprints. So the journey is just beginning. Buckle up. So we got the COE, and then now after COE you need to apply, go get your biometrics done. You pay around 5,000 Kenyan shillings. Then you go for medicals. The problem with these things, they're so far apart, and then the medicals is done only in one place in Kenya, so there's a long queue of people. You can get your date 2 months later after like getting your COE. It's crazy. So yeah, this is a process where you need patience, because even the things you're doing, it's not like you're assured of the results at the end of the day. So guys, you need patience and just keep calm. Yeah, so I went for medicals. My medicals really stayed. I went for medicals. You spend a whole day there. They test whatever, and then now they send the results to the embassy. If you have like a bad result, I think you cannot be granted visa. But if you have like a good result, now that's when they determine if to accept your visa or not. And now, as we had lodged, we stayed for like, I think I waited for 2 months before my visa came out. When you load your visa, like, that's when you're like, God, please, may everything just go right, because I need this. And anything could happen at this stage. Like, you could be told no, you could be told yes, and you've really come all the way. and applying for visa was like around 70,000 Kenyan shillings. Yeah, so you need money for this process. The medicals was like 23,000 Kenyan shillings. Yeah, so I remember we were waiting, and mi nilikuwa tu shughuli zangu. At this point I had gotten tired of waiting. I just see on WhatsApp groups, granted, the way people have been granted, others have been denied. Like, oh my god, it just sends shudders upon your heart. So you just pray that you are among the people who get. So I just see my agent's call at this point. I'm like, and that's why it's very good to have a supportive agent, an agent who's telling you, don't worry, this process takes time, they're assuring you. Because me, I had started panicking. I'm telling my agent, I forwent the other job. Now I'm here waiting for something, and they're not even replying. They're not doing anything. So he's like, just calm down. Everything like will just fall into place. So this morning I'm just seeing my agent's call, and he's like, have you checked your Amy account? And I'm like, no. He's like, you've been granted. I'm like, oh my god, I screamed on the phone. I think he almost went deaf. Like, I was so happy. I was jumping in the house. I was with my brother. We were so happy. Like, oh my god, I think you can hug him so tight. I was so happy. Yeah, so he just told me like, we'll talk later when you calm down, like, because right now we cannot even communicate. So I got the phone. I called my mom. She was also so happy. Now she started calling people. The thing with this process, people around you are even happier than you, because especially after you've been granted, you're like, oh my god, it's really happening. Now I should just focus on spending time with my family. I should not go. I should prolong the time between now and booking my flight, because oh my god, I'm actually leaving. So my whole process took around 6 months, guys. From the time I began applying to the time I was granted the visa, my process took 6 months. That's why I told you need to be patient. And then that's a very tricky, messy point of your life, because your mind is away, your mind is abroad. It's like you've already traveled. So even the work you're doing here, you're not giving it 100%. Because honestly, me, I was doing some online writing just for surviving, and I was still surviving on some of my savings from, hey, like, it was crazy. It's a very messy place. And that's why I say, like, you need a lot of grace, especially when you are denied your visa, because now you have to go back to the drawing board. Like, am I staying back in Kenya, or am I going to start reapplying? So guys, that is how I moved here. And I didn't know anyone here. I didn't have a relative, just some friends. We were talking online, and we started talking after I started thinking about coming here. It's not like I knew them before. So some of those are still the ones that arranged about how I'm going to have my accommodation. They held my hand. They showed me like different things, how to use the train. Like, you need a support system from the very beginning to the end, because it is very important. So guys, that's how I came on student visa. I'll do another video telling you the documents you need to prepare, and of course I told you need money. And yeah, I'll just do a breakdown of the kind of money that you need, and for the visa, for the medicals, for everything. Yeah, so guys, thanks for watching until here. I hope this video has been helpful. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, do all the good stuff. Hit the notification button so you don't miss another episode. I'll see you next time. Bye.